I am so sorry that I can't be here to accept this award in person, but I would like to thank a few people. I'd like to thank my agent for making this all happen. I'd like to thank... Huh? Oh, wrong speech. Sorry. But there are a few people I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank Jill. And I'd like to thank Anita. And let me tell you why I'd like to thank these people. Having a child with a rare neurological condition, we were aware of the difficulties of bringing her to church on a Sunday. Now, it was okay for me. I'm the minister, so I'm okay. I'm up in the pulpit. My wife is the one that had to deal with everything. And there were many times when Naomi would have just caused havoc. So much so that it was difficult for Kate to even want to bring her out to church because she was aware that Naomi's going to disturb the service for other people. And we were aware of that. And then we came to Mosside and Toberdoney, where there are people who have learning difficulties as well. There are some people with some advanced intellectual disabilities. And so there was a need that we saw because many parents weren't bringing their children out or their adults out to church because they're afraid of them disrupting the service. They're afraid of them getting up and walking around. Sometimes even physical limitations of the way the church is planned out and the pews. If we don't lend ourselves to people with physical disabilities, let alone intellectual disabilities. And so Kate and I were thinking about it, and we thought, well, if people are not bringing their children out to our normal, typical service of worship, let's arrange a service of worship for them. Let's give them their place where they can worship in their own way. And sure, everyone else can come along too, but the point is that they can be themselves. If they need to shout, they can shout. If they want to walk around, they can walk around. If they want to walk on the stage and blow a party whistle, which one girl did, that's okay. And that's what happened. And we spread the news and we got Tio involved. And this is where I'd like to thank Jill, because Jill was instrumental in guiding me and making sure that we did things in the right way. And we looked at every angle and how we approached this. She was instrumental in that. And then she brought Anita on the day, who gave such a beautiful talk about the love that Jesus has for these people. And she used the story of the lost sheep, but there was a sensory element. She had different tactile objects with her to help, and she used sign language, and she spoke in such a gentle way to them and the adults and the children alike who were there, who had additional needs. They seemed to love it. And it was great. And sure, during the songs, during the talk, some of the people were walking up and down. One was blowing a party whistle. But that's okay. And we could see a real need. We identified a real need that was there. And the parents, I was overwhelmed by their response, because they were overjoyed that there was a space for them to bring their child or their loved one to worship God without the fear of disturbing anyone else. And so we're planning on having them quarterly for now, hopefully maybe even more frequently because of that. And one of the big things as well was afterwards we had tea and coffee. The service was short, it was about 20 minutes long, but the tea and coffee afterwards, where the carers could chat with each other and know that there's support for them, that was really meaningful. And the whole church was blessed as a result. We had about 20 chairs out because we had 10 or so people registered, and we thought, well, you know what? Even if one person turns up, then that makes it worthwhile, because that one person will get to hear the good news of Jesus. But we had no idea how many people would turn up. 20 chairs we thought were optimistic at the end before we started. There were about 20 people standing, and the hall was filled with chairs. So thank you to Jill. Thank you to Anita. If there was an award I could give you, I would give it to you. Thank you, Tio, for all the work you do, and God bless you as you spread the news that God loves not just the able-bodied, but everyone else as well.